not sure if I, 29M, should marry my long-distance girlfriend, 28F, or break up. My, M29, girlfriend, F28, have been together for 2 years. She, Maya, lives in the US and I live in the UK. We met while she was on holiday here. We thought it would just be a holiday romance, but we decided to give it a shot. 2 years later, we're still together. We're trying to figure out how/if to move forward, and she asked me to post here as I don't really know what I should do. Essentially, we feel like we either have to get married or break up. She is sure that she wants to continue. My feeling is that we should break up, but I'm being indecisive, especially when she wants to keep going. Maya's certifications don't transfer over to the UK. She has applied for some jobs in the UK related to what she does. Maya doesn't have any direct experience in the roles she's looking at, and there aren't many available in her specialism, so she doesn't feel she has a particularly good chance of getting a work visa. My skills and qualifications are basically useless in the US, so I think my chances of getting a work visa for the US are virtually nil, even after the US starts issuing work visas again. Therefore, we think getting married is the only way either of us would be able to get a visa to move to the other country. The issue is that neither of us feel ready to get married now. We're talking about getting married in 6 to 12 months, as neither have wanted to drag on either. We've never lived together and we've only seen each other for 17 days since last Christmas thanks to COVID. We talk a lot and generally get on really well. We definitely love each other, and, having had previous long-term relationships, I think Maya is someone who could make me happy long term. There is clearly potential there for us to build on, but things obviously aren't perfect between us. We sometimes argue about politics or because one of us makes a stupid joke. Maya has found the distance hard to deal with and has felt really lonely, even more so since March because we haven't been able to see each other. I have never cheated on Maya and I don't think she has ever cheated, but she did admit that she developed feelings for one of her friends a few months ago. We've pretty much dealt with that, but it does make me feel less secure. Maya also has a very high salary, so it's unlikely she'd get paid anywhere close to that in the UK. She's not a particularly money-oriented person, but she obviously isn't keen on taking a big pay cut, which is understandable. She really likes her current job and colleagues and has said that she would only take a job in the UK if she thinks she will enjoy it, which is understandable. The salary also has to be sufficient, but we've never defined how much that would be. Even if she got a spouse visa, the number of jobs available in her field is fairly low. I think she is prepared to move to the UK in theory, but I don't think she would find a suitable job in practice. Therefore, I feel the onus is on me to move. Realistically, I'd be starting again at an entry-level job and taking new qualifications etc. I also estimate that I'd take a $30-45K pay cut while moving somewhere with a higher cost of living. It'd probably take 5 to 10 years just to get back to what I'm earning now, not even looking at where I could be in 5 to 10 years. Maya has pointed out that we'd collectively be better off overall if I moved to the US, but I would be a lot worse off individually. I've been through breakups of 2 serious relationships before and, looking back, my financial independence was really important in those 2 scenarios. I'm really not comfortable being dependent on her financially. I am also, as is probably evident, very money-orientated, so taking a pay cut like that is a big issue for me. My issues with continuing are, I don't feel like she would actually move to the UK. I don't want to move to the US. I feel like marriage is a really big step with costs and legal consequences etc. We need to be sure, and I can't give her a commitment that I would be ready to get married in 6 to 12 months. I don't want to waste our time if one of us isn't going to move. I don't want to feel pressure to get married and move in the future just because of the sunk time. She finds the distance really hard and we're not realistically going to see each other much for 6 to 9 months because of COVID travel restrictions. I do have some insecurity in general and more so after what happened with her friend. On the flip side, I do feel like she's someone who would make me really happy. I am scared that I'll always regret not pursuing it. It feels like giving it up over money is doing it for the wrong reason. TL/Doctor, should my long-distance girlfriend and I break up even though she makes me happy, or get married and move country even though it involves financial sacrifices? I've been in a similar situation, so may be able to offer some perspective. My husband and I were in a cross-continent long distance and ended it by marriage. At 24, young, yes, but very sure we wanted, and together 6 years later with 1.5 kids. All of this to say, when you know, you know. If you don't know after 2 years, is it possible to live together for 6 months as a trial on holiday visas and make a final decision at the end of it? A great way to find out, actually. Amazing, you would get the feeling after living for a month, but make it 6 months, make it long. And even after that, take your time to decide. Marriage and relationships are something else to debate with moving and jobs. If you know, you know. I don't feel like she would actually move to the UK. Don't want to move to the US. I feel like these 2 reasons alone are giving you the answer you need to answer your question on whether you should marry her or break up. In brutal honesty, how can your relationship progress if you don't live together eventually? Lol, if you ever are debating getting married with someone for the rest of your life, or breaking up with them at the same time, then the answer is no, you should not get married. Marriage is for people who, after careful consideration, are all in. You're not there. If you feel indecisive about marriage and can literally create a huge con list compared to a pros list. Heck, if you're creating pros and cons list rather than feeling sure, then the answer is a no. You shouldn't get married. BF 25M constantly accuses me, 20F, of cheating, plays it off as a joke, then turns his location services off on an app that he recommended. My boyfriend, 25M, and I, 20F, have been together for around 8 months. I have never given him a reason not to trust that I'm faithful or even lied to him. From the beginning of the relationship, he has been extremely jealous of other guys and my female best friend. He would bring up cheating at least a few times a week at first, and it still comes up a few times a month. I knew this was a red flag, but I figured once he knew he could trust me, it would stop. He told me that he's never cheated on anybody, and neither have I. One time, about 3 months ago, I was texting an old friend that I hadn't talked to in several months, and he got jealous and stopped talking to me for several hours. Most of my friends are male, and I can see how that could make a boyfriend jealous, but I also have only seen one of them face to face since we've started dating, and this was a friend that he knows. It was also while my friend's girlfriend, roommate, and roommate's girlfriend were there, and we all stayed in the living to watch TV and smoke a bit. I texted my boyfriend the whole time and even called when I was on my way home. Anyways, when we moved in together, after the first month because COVID hit, he suggested we download Life 360. I agreed because I drive for my job and it has crash detection. I have never deleted it or turned my location services off. Last night he turned his location services off after he left work. Don't know what time he got home because I was sleeping. Later that night he said he thought I was cheating because I didn't text him back for several hours. I was sleeping. I work early and he works late. He kept talking about it for a while, and when he realized it was starting to upset me, he said, "I'm just kidding, but I was getting worried about you. I'm not sure what to do about this." It's the next day and he still hasn't turned his location services back on. He knows it bugs me when he starts joking about me cheating but still does it. I think it's probably to see my reaction to it, so I've just started ignoring the comments. I'm worried that he was trying to justify whatever he did while he turned his location off by trying to put the blame on me. Has anyone else gone through something like this? How did it turn out? Too long, didn't read. Boyfriend jokes about me cheating a lot even though I've never given him a reason not to trust me. Then, he turned location services off on an app that he wanted to get to show both of our locations. You moved in with someone after a month and discovered he is jealous and accusatory. You may need/want to stay for the short term but plan on this not lasting. Gently untangle finances and accounts. If he shows any anger issues, bail immediately. I knew this was a red flag, but I figured once he knew he could trust me, it would stop. hasn't stopped and it's still a massive red flag. The same will be true next year, and the year after that, and so on. And I'm pretty sure you're here just looking for someone to tell you that their partner cheating is on the forefront of the mind of cheaters, and he's probably turning off his location services because he's cheating on you. He is constantly calling you a liar. This amount of disrespect would have made me leave after the first few times. Him turning location off makes me suspect one of two things. 1. He is cheating and all his accusations against you are projections and diversionary measures. 2. He is trying to get you to react so he can get even more ammo to accuse you with, which is manipulation and possibly will be gaslighting. He is bad news. What joy do you even get from this relationship? He sounds exhausting. It is called a red flag, and here is a little hint for your life. People that are dishonest think other people are dishonest. People that are honest tend to think others are honest. People that cheat think other people cheat. Even if he is not cheating, he is a controlling and you should look for a better person. Don't forget to check for STDs, because he sounds like the type that would not use protection nor inform you of risk he puts you in. He's projecting. He's definitely cheating on you. My 24 girlfriend, 24F, wants to get a sex change, but still date me. What do I do? My life has really gotten super crazy. I've been dating my girlfriend/boyfriend for 3 years now. For the most part everything has been great. We have been planning on getting married at some point. We have just been waiting for her to get settled with a job. For the last 5 or so months she definitely has not seemed to be herself. I figured it was just stuff related to the pandemic. I tried talking to her about it several times, but she would deny that it was anything. Well, finally the other day she broke and told me that she had news about her life that I need to know. They invited me over to her place to talk about it. They talked about how the past few months have been interesting for them, that they has been very confused about her life and who she is. She finally admitted that she felt as though she was gay. I didn't know what to think at this point and started to panic and get upset. He could tell and tried to calm me down and tell me that this didn't mean anything bad for us. He finished what he was saying and said that he meant that he felt as though she identified as a gay guy. I really didn't know what to say because I'd never got any hints to this happening. He has been girly in most ways. He again reminded me that he still wants to marry me and that his feelings for me haven't changed. He said that they know this could be shy for me, but that they feel like it should still work out as we have the same love for each other. They said that as of right now there is no plan to get surgery or any hormones. They are just going to start off by changing their look. I finally told him that I support their choices, but I don't know how to feel about them yet. I finally told him that I'm going to have to think and decide if I want to stay, as I do not identify as being gay. This has all happened super fast and I don't know what to think. I still really love him, so it's hard to leave. At the same time I feel like they will be a different person. Also, from what they have said, they don't plan on getting surgery or anything like that, so they'll look like basically the same person and will still have a vagina. So I don't think the sexual attraction will change for me. I also know that they still love me. I'm not against being gay at all. It's just not who I am. What do I do? I'm so lost. Too long didn't read. My girlfriend wants to identify as a man but still marry me. What do I do? So, your partner is a trans man. You love your partner, but they have told you that they're a man, and you are not attracted to men. You can still love this person, and support them in their journey toward becoming who they really are, but you are not obligated to be with them romantically or sexually or to provide them with the funding for their surgery. So much in his life is changing that I can understand why your partner wants to stay together. He loves you, and he's still attracted to you, and you have 3 years of love and stability between you. But, again, you are not sexually attracted to men, and your partner is a man. He should understand that you staying with him would be a continual rejection of his gender identity. Breaking up in this case is in the best interest of both of you, even if he can't see it yet. He deserves someone who can desire him as his real self, and you deserve someone who is the gender you're attracted to.